KF Seetoh. He's ordered a Bak Chor Mee.
Yes, KF Seetoh, Bak Chor Mee in Singapore. Take one.
So I came to Singapore and I have been craving Bak Chor Mee because there is nowhere that does a really good Bak Chor Mee in London. So I'm very excited for this.
You mean somebody does a lousy version in London?
There is no loud.
There is no version at all.
There's no
in
version
London.
at all.
Amen, full stop. Because this dish looks Chinese, feels Chinese, but it's not Chinese. It's the teochew soup brought here. We look into the ingredients, you know it's not Chinese. There's a kind of a sambal in there. If you go to Chow Chow, they have bak chor mee, but it's really with the black vinegar and chili powder. This one, because the Chinese came here and adopted the the sambal technology, and they introduced it to a lot of the food. So this is what we call Hua Qiao Chinese food, or overseas Chinese food, and they you see its influences in so many dishes down here. Because when you go to a new land, you adapt
Yeah.
or die.
I love that they got lots of different ingredients in here. And sambal is, there's a lot of pork lard.
Oh yeah. So you won't really find Muslim stalls selling this. It's gotta have pork lard. Yeah.
You're finding like when Singapore like is getting very health conscious that a lot of places are not salty, not doing as much lard.
In this world today, I don't know why people want to live forever. It's so crazy. Weather is no good. Everybody's crazy. Everybody's shooting everybody. I tell you what, eat well, die happy.
Exactly. That's my philosophy. Oh, that's nice heat. It's good.
So the flavor profile of Bak Chor Mee, when in do, if you get it right, it has that heat in there from the sambal and the I think they put a bit of fish sauce, sesame oil,
Yeah.
and or lard.
Yeah.
So that umami bomb
Is it like
sits
the
in with
rendered
the
lard, so
yeah.
it coats your mouth, doesn't it?
And it's a shot of black vinegar, not just any black vinegar, certain type of black vinegar in there, and it is good. It wakes you up that black vinegar tang. Whoa, this
It's a really textural dish as well, so it's got flavour and texture.
Yeah.
That's what I love about this dish.
it's got to be al dente.
Yeah.
Even if you do a very good, I mean, a very good wonton meat, perhaps it's got to have what the Cantonese call song hao. It's like a punch, which is similar to al dente.
Yeah.
And if you do a good noodle maker, although they want to do it fast, they got to blanch it in hot.
Yeah.
You got to blanch it in hot water, and then quickly run it to cold water, like you do pasta.
Yeah. I like with pasta, you put sometimes when you cook it, and then you use that starch in the noodles, the spaghetti, to make the sauce. I love that this type of noodles just all naturally coats with the sauce, but still has that texture without being too cloy, unless you overcook the noodle.
Pasta doesn't give this kind of texture. I think pasta is not as starchy.
These type of noodles are made with alkaline water, right? So
Yes, that what they call the key, the flavor of the key.
Can't give away all the secrets.
You gotta be born into it to like it. Just like you gotta be born into it to like haggis.
Oh, that's true. Some of my family's Scottish, and I still can't get haggis.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. But it's like my mother can't understand blue cheese, or my white dad can't understand durian. This things like dishes that people just.
I think it's good that many parts of the world, the overwhelming majority of the world, does not understand durian. To help keep the prices, they stay away, stay.
So you're a durian fan.
Ah,
Oh, we'll go for durian then. And this portion was what, $6?
$5.
$5?
Don't tell the whole world it's so cheap, yeah?
No. It's very cheap.
Come on, food in Singapore is just ridiculously cheap. Yeah, for tourists coming here, oh, so nice, but the hawkers here, they struggle. You rent here, I mean, if you want to run a hawker stall in Singapore, you bid for the stall. Of course, the government takes the highest bidder, the most desperate, highest bidder. So there's pressure on one end that you pay a lot for operations.
Yeah.
And then to the customers, it's already ingrained into their DNA that hawker food must be cheap. Although the hawkers here pay the same price for fresh chicken as Gordon Ramsay in his kitchens here.
Yeah.
So people don't care, they don't understand, they just say hawker food must be cheap. Many think that these folks are still fully subsidized by the government. No, they're not. So you come, I only have one request. Eat the bigger, decent portions. Help the hawkers. And when you order the bigger portions, I mean, they don't cost a bomb. They're like what, $6? This is $5. Bigger portions are $7, $8. But you get the full works, the full craft of the hawker. The guy doesn't have to, $4, skim here, skim there, here's your $4 version.
So all these hawkers, I imagine it's like our restaurant where you've got to rely on serving hundreds and hundreds of people. And if the tourists could come and get the $10 dish and the $12 dish, that would help massively. Because that means then that's the equivalent of 4 people, 3 or 4 people.
You buy an $8, $10, $12 version, you get the works. That is the full effort behind that dish.
The full
It's
vision.
what the guy intended for his signatures to be.
I think that way you get a better experience in the dishes and because all these hawkers, they specialize in like one, 2 dishes, 3 dishes, 4 dishes at max. So what makes you choose this one, this mee pok, this Bak Chor Mee location?
The whole show is right. You got young. I support young hawkers.
Oh, that's great.
There was a certain era in Singapore where nobody went into the hawker business. I forgot the years, from the mid-80s all the way until the year 2000, everybody was so caught up in industrializing, everybody wants to be something else. People forgot about hawker food as a culture. Nobody went into it. Very few hawkers stepped into the trade. In the year 2000, after this black hole of a decade and a half, then the government realized, hey, wow, this is culture. After I came on board and screamed about this culture, and the world wrote about it. New York Times, thank you, Johnny Apple, Bourdain, wherever you are, you came here to celebrated it, and people said, oh wow, hey, this is culture. And the government started, oh, we got to build new hawker centers, bring on the new people. Hello,
Who's training
who's coming up?
Yeah.
Who's interested in this food culture that was originally seen with disdain? Oh, those are hawker stores are run by losers. But no, it was very sexy when Ramsay came, or Jane came. Wow, they talk about chicken rice, laksa, mee pok ta, and a new generation started coming in. So that's when the game began to change and prices began to go up. Operationally, you pay more for your rent, but still, the prices of food probably don't really allow you to push it up unless it's a no choice, everybody does it kind of thing. So the worst problem is, where do you go to learn to be a hawker? There's no hawker academy, there's no street food academy, something which I have lobbied for a very long time. If anywhere in the world should have a world street food economy or academy, it's here. The world comes here. The food that we eat came from the world.
Yeah.
but people would still like your general arts degrees and whatever degrees.
I
And you
would
ask a kid when you do a business degree or an arts degree or whatever degree, what do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I don't know. Maybe
architect.
drive Uber.
I drive. It is really hard because I think some of the older generation or the older hawkers. There's a lot of pride that they don't want to let go of their
Of course.
secret sauce. But then who picks up the reins? Is it family? Then
You gotta have a brain at least to pick up on somebody's recipe. You can watch them do it, but you don't know the sauce secrets, especially frying char kway teow.
Mm-hmm.
Puts a black sauce there and a guy fries. First time I try to analyze char kway teow, I was looking, when the hell do you stop frying?
Mm-hmm.
Tang, ding, tang, tang, tang. And he dips that spatula into the black sauce, puts it in. How much do you put in? How much do you know to put
You
in?
can't teach agak.
What's in that?
It's
What's in the sauce? And then what they don't show you is how big is the fire. They don't lift up the wok to show you.
yeah.
But fortunately, I've worked with hawkers. I brought them around the world, and I have um, understood better the ingredients that they use, the technique. Some of them are happy to share with me how they do this.
That's great.
The thing about Bak Chor Mee is we're talking too much, and the noodle is dry. So to enliven that, you got to put a bit of soup in
Yeah.
there. Enliven the sauce becomes
And it comes it
moist.
just basically and, and then it's like another dish. I always do prefer the dry version with the soup on the side, so you can do that. It's a perfect amount of heat here. I'm so used to my mother just adding on more chili without tasting it first.
They feel it. They know.
Yeah.
They know. There's a heat meter in them as they scoop.
Hmm. I do find it hard sometimes when I teach my chefs, like sort of when's a chicken ready, when things like that, when it comes to a Hainanese chicken, or
You have to be methodic in your ways. You can't teach your cooks to feel because you don't have this. Bulk of them never been here. So this is what boss says. You know, you don't know what is right.
like not cutting the chicken too. When you rest the chicken and not cutting it too soon, because then it's not rested properly.
Yes.
You've got to touch the meat just gently, give it a little squeeze. Is that that leg? Is it slightly firm from the stock setting? And
The type of chickens you use and
yeah, it's very different. The chickens, obviously, we don't have the same here, but we try to get as close as we can.
you put it into ice water, right?
Yeah,
Some don't.
seasoned ice water.
Some don't. Some put it in running water. The cooling technique is very different. I've eaten those. Wow. I don't know what science. I can't be bothered with the science. I'm bothered with what I feel here. And people have this for breakfast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bak Chor Mee a lot in at Mei Mei, and I think it will make a comeback. I do love using them a lot.
But the chef doesn't understand what to do. It's not easy.
No, it's a
You're
very
not watching. Oh, what are these? No, what are these things? Ah, maybe we can skip this. What is this? Supposed to throw this away? No, these are lard croutons. Ooh.
this is the lard actually in UK is really cheap, so you can make a lot of it.
Yeah. You throw it away. You buy
You throw away.
you
It's
buy you buy 2 kilos of pork. They give you a fat for free.
Yeah, exactly. We get I like in my restaurants that I run, I did a lot of butchery, so I get the whole pig in, butcher it down, break it down myself, and you get so much fat from like
Oh,
a big.
yeah.
Oh, it's good quality. We have. That's one thing I do like about the UK is we get very quality pigs and chickens.
Wow. If you use Berkshire pigs,
Yes.
it's a korobuta. What a fat. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I think you can easily sell korobuta Bak Chor Mee. Is it expensive?
Yes.
What the heck? It's already what, 13, 14 bucks for chicken
the
rice
pig?
where you are?
Oh, for me.
I mean, hey, don't be shy about that. That is the world class price.
This is
For food.
This is the price that I think that you have to factor in the rent the
In
taxes.
America, nasi lemak is 16 to 18 bucks US. Nobody flinches because that is the price. Only here, people who are rich folks who are used to eating cheap food will complain. But hey, hello, they're not the only one who needs to survive. The hawkers have kids too, you know.
But
They got
it's not like everyone's driving Lamborghinis. It's just they need to survive, and this is the
so what
cost
if
of
a
it.
hawker drives a Rolls Royce? I know at least two who does.
Oh well, they got a good
They work
product.
their ass off.
Mhm.
Um, just success neither necessarily is exclusive to you just because you work hard. Oh, hawker, don't speak English.
Yeah.
Started doing fishball noodles. Today has a chain of eateries and food halls around Singapore. He self-drives his own uh, Rolls Royce. Not that he can't afford a chauffeur. In his slippers and shorts and t-shirt. He doesn't give a beat.
I want to. That's goals. Have my army of Hainanese chicken rice and noodle shops, and still be in my slippers and shorts.
I think in London you get your pandan pretty fresh, right?
Very.
In New York, where we run our food hall, they use frozen ones.
Oh, okay.
You gotta use about 2 or 3 times more to get the same effect.
Okay.
So yeah, why shouldn't people charge a bit more? Or a lot more for the matter.
Is it expensive to import rice?
Well, they got all sorts of rice. Chinese, Thai, Japanese.
Yeah. We wanted to get this rice from Thailand, but we had to order it in pallets. And you've seen our restaurant; it's very small. I would have nowhere to store a pallet of rice. I
You
think
mean
the
you can't
products-
get Thai fragrant
No,
jasmine,
we
right?
can, but there was this. I wanted to work with this farm,
Ah,
like our own Mei Mei jasmine rice. So I like using jasmine because I think it's very fragrant, lovely
yeah.
flavour. It
Very
holds
versatile.
that pandan flavour. But yeah, there's all those challenges when I'm running a hawker. That's why we have to charge that price for the dishes. I mean, like the same it's the same cost as like a pizza or a pasta, and
Yeah, tell me.
and it's just egg and flour. You're paying egg and flour, but it's okay to spend £16 on.
Pay for the craft behind
But
it.
you're paying for craft. It takes
Here, no.
skill to pay for making
The-
pizza and pasta.
You try to charge $10. Not many people do. And they say, "Alamak, fish ball, meatball, fried wonton,
But that was all
how
made by
much?
hand.
Noodle I buy from market only 10 cents. Yeah, they think like that." To which I said, "Then go cook yourself at home."
Exactly. We get this a lot with the Hainanese chicken that I also chicken and rice. Make yourself. It takes me hours every morning, getting very early.
Of course, I know. There are at least 6 ingredients in chicken rice. The rice alone, you don't
Just
even
the rice.
know. Just the rice.
And not to mention the master stock behind the rice.
I was so busy talking to Mei Mei, I forgot to film myself eating it. But hey, this is the evidence of quality. Look, look, look.
Even at $6, that's just very filling. I'm not sure if I could have any more anyway. I'd be happy to pay at least $10 for every dish here.
How much did you sell this for in London?
I think that back then it was about £10. But
That's
we,
cheap.
we could do more.
Yeah.
Well, now our prices we definitely reflect it, but we're always worried because as a new company, like increasing your prices too soon. But
The
we've got
suppliers, you mean?
suppliers and customers, but we've got such a loyal fan base now that people, they understand that this is the cost for understanding this dish, making this dish, and there's so many components that it's work. They pay.
So in Singapore, many hawkers are used to selling cheap because they got customers who are just struggling to get by every day. And to their good heart, to the years, definitely, sometimes they give free to a customer who's a regular. Sometimes even these displaced customers are not even appreciated. But the hawker understand what's it like to be poor and frustrated in a rich
In a rich
society. So hawkers happily do it. And then there's this pressure from the government to tell the hawkers sell your food cheap. Otherwise, they're not doing society a favor. But hey, out of every one or two displaced customers, everybody else is on it. They have good jobs, they live well, they can afford. So to which I suggest, and I'll suggest again, let hawkers sell food at decent, affordable prices that they need to in order to get by and survive. To those who can't, give them a special pass or food stamps that they could work with the hawkers. The hawkers will give some discount plus additional discount for the displaced. A lot of hawkers tell me, who buys the cheap $3-4 dishes? The ones that drive cars, double park. The fine for the double park is cost more than the food itself. So these kind of ugly Singaporeans, I'm sorry, they still exist.
Oh, that's what this is why I love Walkers though. It's like it's a community, and it's such a big community thing. This is when I go back to our local hawker fun show. It's like all the hawker schools know who we are, and we can have lovely stories and storytelling, and they know everybody's story, and it's very supportive of that. So
Yeah,
I
people like to
honestly
eat your
think that's all I
story,
do.
where you came from, your heritage. They like that. I'm not just eating a food. I'm eating somebody else's journey, and that's a flavor on its own.
That is, it's a great line. Could say better. That's why we have a lovely. That's why we designed the space to be so people can sit down and have a conversation with us as we make the food.
Yeah.
Because it's really that's why I open
Except
restaurants.
when it's freezing cold in London. Have you ever eaten chicken rice? I have. You
It's
go to Mei
chicken rice
Mei,
peng.
you go to Mei Mei around December, January, or right now when it's snowing there.
We got heaters.
Is it? I mean, is it badly affected?
It's a harder push to sell, Hainanese chicken, a cold chicken dish
In a cold
in a
weather.
cold environment because
Give them a hot bowl of soup.
we don't even need to blanch it. It's
Yeah,
cold.
yeah. It
But
freezes, it's hot, man.
we like to sit, when people sit down and eat, we give them a hot bowl of soup or a cup of the soup to drink. We've got heaters, we have blankets, try and make it like comfortable. Put cushions on the seats so they're not cold,
Oh
ice
yeah,
cold,
yeah,
the
yeah,
metal
yeah,
chairs.
yeah. Yeah, you get frozen ass.
Frozen. And we try our best. It is difficult. In the
How
summer,
many years have you been there?
for,
Before?
just before the pandemic, and then before that, I was running. I did a little bit of my own thing. Before that, I was running a restaurant in East London, and we got a Michelin star.
Nice.
It was fantastic. Just,
Gave up a Michelin star to defend Singapore hawker food. And she's only like one half Singaporean only, Champion isn't champion.
to me, this is Michelin food. I mean, obviously Michelin recognizes street food here,
I
but
never
all the
associate.
dish is very of the quality. The care and work and effort that goes into each hawker food here is better than the quality I see in Michelin kitchens. The care. Respect.
Michelin comes to our parts and try to tell us how to eat my hawker food. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to France. I'm gonna go to France and bring some auntie along and eat your French food. I'm gonna get them to rate your French food. See how many chopsticks you get. One chopstick, two chopsticks, or die must try. I did a show once and I brought some alien kid, 16, 17-year-old. for my TV show, I love doing surprises. So we brought him to a nice French, very famous French restaurant here. And I told the chef, hey, chef, this is your chance to expose yourself to this Abeng Ardennes. You got money, You want that French food culture you're talking about. So he came out, he gave them some beef carpaccio or something.
Yeah.
Very nice. So chef introduced, left them to the dish, we walked back, we hit our cameras, zoomed in from afar, and I walked up to them, hey, you be honest lah. The chef is trying very hard to please you. You got to give him 100% pure, honest review, so he knows how to improve to please people like you ma. Oh, when they eat, I say firstly, you must sit like you're comfortable. Then, okay. What he did, put his feet up
Like that.
in a French restaurant, and then he pushed all the fork. And I said, why so many fork and spoon one? And then he ate the carpaccio. Then his face tweaked a little bit. Why? What? I think I need tomato ketchup. Go tell the chef lah. I think he wants honest feedback. Chef, thanks a lot. He got some very nice feedback for you. Yeah. Go tell the chef. Got tomato ketchup lah. I remember the editor had the camera on the chef on close up and anticipating.
his face.
And then, no. so funny. Loved it. So I mean, it is what it is. I don't pretend to go and rate the food that I ate at John George or Thomas Keller and all these top chefs from around the world. I just enjoy it and shut the fuck up. Enjoy it for what it is. I don't go and tell you your cow came from the wrong part of Argentina. I don't do that.
The cow was not massaged enough.
I wasn't tickled before it killed. So it's tender and
I think the essence that Michelin are missing now is the stories. Sometimes they miss out.
they don't get it.
You don't understand the story because when you're eating the food, it's hard for that person to tell the story.
I mean, their palate is not even suited for this. But it's a commercial thing. Governments seem to think
Business is
they
business.
believe that I get a Michelin star, people will come. And of the thousands, the hundreds of thousands of street food vendors in just Southeast Asia alone, they managed only to find one hawker with a star. And one hawker with a star. I said, hello. And I suppose the authorities who gave all these tons of money for Michelin to come do this, the queue that they form does wonders. I mean, even if it's 200 long, it's only 200 people a day. I mean, the culture itself can attract 2 million a day.
2 million.
If you push the food culture, always sell food culture. People ask me what I am today. I started doing food guides, publisher, I do my TV shows, I do so many things. What am I really doing? I guess today I realize I'm an advocate. It's advocacy of my own heritage. And of course, as a business person, I ideate. I think of possibilities. I can bring a hawker who barely speaks English to New York and serve fantastic fried rice and people line up for his food unquestioningly. So it can be realized.
Yeah. And how's Urban Hawker going?
It's good. It's been a year now, slightly over a year. Of course, the honeymoon period is over. It's dropped down. It normally, usually always does, but they're still doing very well. All the hawkers have already trained a local team there to run the show, and they go back every so often to check. And we also bring in mystery diners, Singaporeans there,
I do that too.
and go back and check. That's what a management company should do.
Yes.
And then you give it straight to the hawkers. Because in the end, it's not about friendship, it's about money is the loneliest bastard in the world. Everybody wants to be friends with.
Yes.
So what's next? I saw a prata shop next door.
Prata.
picture, and the guy flips it very nicely.
Okay.
It's very photogenic. I don't know how good it is. When I see a queue
Okay.
for it, a queue for food isn't always the indicator of quality. Sometimes it's not available. Sometimes it's cheap. You wanna go over and
Sometimes it's just
check it
very
out?
slow. Yeah.
You wanna go check it out?
Yes. we'll go
Sometimes it's
check
very
it.
slow. You're right.
I know. You make it look so easy. I know how tough it is to do prata. I could never go anywhere with this man. One hand do it. This looks really nice and flaky.
Yeah.
So much skill. They make it look really easy, but trust me, to get that dough right, to stretch it, so difficult.
Now you know, you tried flipping them.
Oh, I've done.
Once you got a hole,
Done. No, but to get it all intact and then fold it and then fry it and then you get a nice layer. But it's not greasy either because you've got to use oil to make it.
yeah, some are greasy, but it's alright.
Not bad.
Best to get the really hot ones off the pan. Just like pizza.
Okay.
Indian friends, they'll call this roti parota. Because our Malaysian friends, they call it roti canai.
Canai, yeah.
I was like, what? It's the same thing. So, I understand that the early migrants, Indian migrants into Malaysia, came from Chennai.
Ah,
Do you get it?
yeah,
They started selling it.
yeah.
Oh, that guy from Chennai selling roti. So that's just a simple story. Of course, there are people who call it swear by Chennai.
I got the change. I need to get rid of some of these coins.
Okay, let me get it. $2.60, eh?
Yeah, it's a lot of.
2块6. Yeah? Let's put it here, he will take it on his own.
Feels very strange to be using currency again, the cash. Everything since the pandemic is very much cardless city.
They do. There's a cashless payment here, but the older generation here still sticks to dual cash. And now, although there's a push for everybody to go digital, easy and all that, with this spate of scams, people now fear. So the push to force you into digital is a bit hampered now.
Also, it's a habit, right? Everywhere is using. If you're paying for something that's $2-3, having the cash is it's simpler for the.
So somebody doesn't want to print too much money, it costs money to print. Then so they create digital. I mean, do something on screen and then they charge you a service for using it. So it's always, whenever it sounds so good, I mean, somebody wants to make a lot of money. It's simple as that.
You run a restaurant, it's all the hidden charges that a customer will never see. It costs me every time you use a card machine. It will cost me if you use a reservation system.
even especially in Singapore, I wonder why people want to go for delivery. Everywhere you turn, people are selling you food.
Mm-mm.
Where the hell are you going to use a delivery guy? I once know a good nasi lemak guy sold sold from his stall on the void deck, the ground floor of the public housing board. Somebody ordered, and he lives just 7th floor above.
Oh, well, that's just lazy.
Pathetic.
Maybe if you're like, I think the only times I've ever used delivery is when I've been sick or inaccessible to get to food. I've been on my own.
Yes.
So maybe if you are disabled, it's maybe easier.
And the delivery guy, when they ask the delivery guy, you know who's this? Is this some old infirmed person? No, young kid. So what's next for you?
Here or back
Yourself.
The business is running nicely, very well, operating nice. So that was the goal, because this is why I didn't want to go back into Michelin fine dining, because without the chef there, the restaurant is.
No. You
It's
follow a
nothing.
chef, you don't follow the brand.
So we wanted to create a brand with Mei Mei, and it's nice. We've been looking at expanding Mei Mei in London, but we've been more excited about expanding worldwide. It's basically London has been very challenging since the pandemic. A lot of chef-led independent businesses have struggled.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the chef-led ones are like
Oh, the big fine, how are you? What wine would you like? How's everything? Kind of restaurant. Don't blame them. People didn't get out of the pandemic with a lot of money,
yeah.
and they over that 2-3 years of COVID, people have been getting used to regular, simple comfort food. So that and they realize, hey, there's another life outside all these fancy schmancy
Yeah, and I
Michelin
think
star
and I
restaurants.
think this is why Mei Mei just sort of fit in so perfectly, because it's still, we're obviously chef led, product led, but we're accessible for London, and the quick service restaurant using the technology has really helped us just take it to another level. That's why we never have a queue, because it's very fast to order and you can customize it exactly how you want it. Like when I go back to my hawker, and she knows exactly how I want my coffee, and I don't need to tell them. Just type it all in.
This is the love heritage street food gives you that when you like that flavor. All these little touches you don't normally get in a fine, star awarded restaurant where food is always about me, 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 me. Yeah? From Mimi to Mei Mei.
Yeah, me to me. I'll use that in my new slogan. I'll send you a royalty.
I'll be rich.
Yeah, we worked really freaking hard over 4 years to get to this point, because there were so many challenges of people saying, "Oh, doing Singaporean kopitiam as well, start food in London," because
People what? Not doing?
there's not money.
Oh, yeah.
Not enough. There's definitely like bigger restaurants like Singapore Garden, or the smaller places around Bayswater, but like in terms of like branding and being a big brand in Singapore, we have Old Chang Kee, but
Different. I had it there.
yeah,
I think they should just be bold and stick to their original recipe. That's kind of mild. Straight away, it's like catered for white people, kind of. So I think shouldn't do that. Fish and chips are never catered for Asians. It's like haddock, cod or hake. And it's like, oh, let's use ikan kurau, let's use a pomfret. It is what it is. If you're unsure about who you are, that insecurity extends to your customers.
I think we've definitely grown to that over the last 4 years. We were basically unsure, but we were very like gung ho into going into what our product is. Say doing cold Hainanese chicken rice in -2 degrees is bold, but customers love it.
You have a good gig going on. I see the way the guys work are very in tune, very synced.
And the guys have been with me since the start.
4 years. It's a baby. 4 years, still infant. Yeah, I've
True.
seen hawkers. They're still there 50 years on, and everybody don't talk. I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. But that's it. Like you said, it's a journey, and you never know what tomorrow will teach you.
Nope. Every day's been a new one. I mean, we never put in pandemic plan into the business plan or how to handle something like that.
She only put pandemic flavor into her chicken rice. She only puts pandemic flavors into her chicken rice. Pandan, get it? Pandan.
Pandemic.
Pandan.
Oh.
It was a delay of 3 seconds, sorry. The internet not so good here. Pandanic.
Oh my gosh. That's truly a Singaporean joke.
True.
Yeah, it was I think that the people really connect with the food. I think this is the one thing that was most important is fine-tuning that product, but then making sure that the messaging gets across how important Hainanese chicken, even the Captain Curry or the nasi lemak is to us, myself, and the team, and they really understand it. I think that wherever you open, as long as you get that messaging right.
Yeah, stick to it. Yeah, people who don't like it, it's their problem, not yours.
Yes.
Never your problem.
Yeah, so
Like the hawkers here, whenever there's a long queue, the guy would. So it doesn't look like it's a queue, but everybody's pre-ordered, and there's 20 orders in the line, and the guy comes, oh, nobody, I'm gonna order. But everybody has taken a number and gone off, and then the hawker will straight away they'll tell you, I tang mai, jia. You wanna wait? You wanna wait, get lost. And you're like, oh, yeah, this must be good, When they patiently wait. And they'll tell you, some of them 45 minutes wait.
yeah, I
What are you
waited.
gonna do? honey?
I waited 40 minutes for clay pot
I
yesterday.
mean, because it takes that long to make. And the guy can only pre-make so many at once.
So you've got to cook it in the clay pot over the charcoal. So rice has to cook.
Chinese paella.
Chinese paella. Better than paella.
Better than paella.
Better than paella.
Nobody sells them there. In London, nobody sells it.
Clay pot? Not like charcoal.
Yeah, they just burn it so you get a bit of that crust below,
Yeah.
and then they put out the.
No, there's not many charcoal restaurants in London full stop because there's so many limitations. But that
Unless
would be
you do it
a
in an open pop-up.
Yeah. My dream I say my dream, what I would be doing in next year is going to be clay pot steamboat,
Ah, okay.
and also clay pot. We'll do some clay pot charcoal clay
You
pot.
can do a giant clay pot rice and just scoop it out like a paella. Get a bit of a crust, throw the ingredients in. Nice.
So I've been working on a Bak Chor Mee and Bak concept as well. Because Bak is no Bak in London at
Yeah,
all.
they got the Malaysian style, which is it's different as minestrone and lobster bisque.
It's very different. Thank you so much for showing me your local Bak Chor Mee and some roti prata. It's been delicious. Thank you
Now
so
to
much.
rest my hand,
Yes.
rest that tendon till my next meal. There's a lot of effort needed to you know, to work that chopstick and knife. So
He's definitely eating makan too much.
yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and it's been good talking about hawkers and culture with you.
Thank you for having me.